Well, I just completed work on my first jib crane, and I wanted to show you guys what I was doing here. In this particular, on this jib crane, I spent approximately, I'd say about 250 bucks. I could have shaved a little bit here and there. I went with some fittings that I didn't necessarily need, one of which is on the very end, that turnbuckle. You don't even need that, you know, so I spent a few dollars on a turnbuckle. The other thing I realized is that all the little nuts and bolts, you know, that I used to kind of laugh at my dad for saving, I had to go down and buy. I had to go down and purchase them, and come to find out, they really add up. So all the little nuts and bolts on this thing probably added up to somewhere around $15. You know, I was really, like I said, I used to laugh at my dad for throwing all those in a bucket, but boy, I wish I had them now. I didn't have any of that stuff. The stand that it's sitting on is for moving around sheetrock. It's just a little roller stand. I think I spent $17 on that. The swivel head, I spent about $17 on that also. That actually came with the tire. Interestingly enough, I'm gonna use that here pretty soon, and I'll show you a video of that. I think it's going to be kind of funny. But what I did was simulate some weight on one end. I've got about 3 pounds on one end. I actually put 5 pounds down on that end with no issues whatsoever. So the jib crane held up well. The actual bar itself, that's a magnesium bars. Those are for floating concrete. And I actually, let me see if I can spin it around here. I'll give you a good look at this. And if you notice, this thing actually just spins effortlessly. It was really amazing. Having this part right here instead of manufacturing it is definitely the way to go. Right here, this is the top of a float head, and then by doing that I was able to make this maneuver up and down quite easily, no noises whatsoever, so I was really satisfied with that. And again, these little turnbuckles, you don't even need them, because what I did is I came over here and I added what I did was I added a little rod that came up through the center, and then I hollowed this out. I took a file, hollowed this down, and basically you just spin this right here, and that tightens the whole thing up. So really you don't even need those turnbuckles on the end. I said I had one, actually I had 2 of them, so you know, there was 2 turnbuckles I didn't need whatsoever. Like I said, 250 bucks, that included weights, everything, absolutely everything on this jib. And you know, like I said, I was pretty surprised as how it came out. It came out very well. I'm going to attach this piece right here. So what that allows you to do is keep everything nice and level without having to control it. And what I'm going to do is actually just go ahead and take another bracket and leave it here. But just move this arm down and attach it here. So when I lift up and down, it'll stay nice and level. But take a look how effortlessly this thing flies. It's just amazing. I mean, it just came together so well. I was really pleased with it, and I think it'll be certainly something I'm going to be glad to have. You know, I'm really impressed with how it all came together. I got to give a lot of credit to all the people out there on YouTube. There's a lot of different people I stole different ideas from to come up with one I felt like was my own. I'm going to change this too. You can see there's a little angle here. This didn't quite fit, but I'm going to come back here and remove this bolt, get it all nice and tight, and have that all together. But like I said, just how effortlessly that floats around, I'm just so satisfied with. So, you know, if you got any questions, give me a shout. I'll certainly give you any tips that I've ran into, and you know, I'm definitely going to try to perfect this a little bit more. Might even put a pan on it and see what I can do there. I'm sure I'll grab some ideas off of YouTube. But like I said, if you got any questions, just give me a shout. I can tell you what I used.